Ladies and gentlemen, or shall I say, ladies who may just be interested to come and watch other ladies rocking it at Empower Turks tonight. My name is Yonela Motloung. I am the PR manager of Toastmasters Southern Africa. I happen to have a career as well outside Toastmasters, but tonight I think that really just does not matter because we are talking all things tourism. Yes, Empower Talks is really that space that is there to help us to dissect the professional environment, to empower each other, and to really help each other to reach our full potential. And I know the world does not always allow us to get to that space because, man, oh man, there's always something that just limits us. But listen, Empower Talks is all about empowering us. Now, we want you to subscribe to this space because, of course, we want you to keep in touch, to stay in touch with the content that we deliver, content such as the one that we will be dishing out tonight. Now, let me tell you, a couple of ladies have put on their lipsticks and put on their high heels and put on their makeup to come and deliver one of the best talks ever to empower you and leave you better than you were before. Welcome and thank you for joining us. And of course, we want you at this point to tell your friend, to tell your friends to come and be part of this amazing evening. Tonight, we're talking about tourism, and our theme is all about breaking barriers, achieving equality in South African tourism. What a topic, as of course, we celebrate the tourism month. I am not alone. As I said, ladies are looking all awesome and wonderful to come and make tonight nothing short of amazing. My co-host for the evening is the beautiful, the amazing, the vivacious Ayanda Kela, who is ready to take it over from me. Ayanda, how are you doing? You look fresh, you look beautiful. I think tonight we're going
Thank
to dish out
you.
power upon power. How are you doing, my sister?
I'm excellent. Thanks, and you. I'm so excited to be here. I couldn't be a better time. Tourism. It's tourism month, and we couldn't have done this at a better time. It's time for women to have a voice and know what we want and standing our ground in achieving that. So I'm really excited to have this discussion here tonight. I'm really, really excited. My name is Ayanda Kela, and I'm from Raya Studios and Zaza's Wellness Spa, and it's based in Soweto in Pembo. And yes, and Raya Studios is a corporate eventing company. So I'm super excited to be here tonight, Yonela. Thank you so much.
I love your excitement. It is visible and it's also making me so excited because I think in South Africa there have been spaces that were reserved for men or certain groups. And I'm loving seeing women, seeing things happening in townships, right? So I cannot wait for us to get into, some of the stuff that you're going to be talking about. Awesome, Ayanda. Now, ladies and gentlemen, have you told your friends to come and join in? Because we've got more people that are going to be talking to us in tonight's meeting. The other lady that is in this room is none other than Noma Bulani, who is the Regent Apartment Hotel. Somebody, are you the manager? Are you the CEO? You could be something, but well, let us hand it over to you, Noma, to tell us who you are. Good evening, sis. You look awesome this evening. How are you doing?
Thank you, Yonela. Thank you so much. My name is Noma Polani. I'm the sole director and the sole shareholder for the Regent's Apartment Hotel. I'm the director, and the property actually is an apartment hotel, offers accommodation for long stays or short stays, whether it's domestic or international. People can come in for leisure or for business. The apartment actually is a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom with a shower, a kitchen. People can come in and just enjoy themselves, whether it's self-catering, whether they come down to the restaurant and have their tea or lunch or dinner. They can actually have their business meeting in one of our conference rooms. So the Regency actually is a real estate that can manage anybody's property, whether it's an asset, a restaurant, a guest house, or it's a hotel or a mini Airbnb. We are there to actually offer those kind of services to anybody that actually want to have their place being rented on their behalf. Thank you so much for this. community.
Listen, we are having a complete treat tonight. I can tell you that for free. Thank you so much, Norma, for joining us. Of course, we'll be engaging with you together with my co host, Ayanda, in just a short while. And of course, you who is engaging with us on our social media, you will also get an opportunity to engage. You can just stay right there to know how you can do that. Another lady that's with us tonight is Ulebuheng Lipoi, who is from Furaha Travel and Adventure. Anybody wants a bit of adventure tonight? Well, we've got just that for you. She's looking beautiful, smiling, and ready for us. Now, please tell us a little bit more about yourself, Ulebuheng.
Evening, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be in this awesome discussion with all the queens in here. I am the sole director for Foraha Travel and Adventure. We provide tailor-made packages. We do adventure, be it mountaineering. We've taken people from the couch up to Uhuru. So when you've got that passion of adventure and want to explore South Africa and part of Africa, we give those services. We've got our packages on our socials. Check our packages and do join us for that Furaha moment. By the way, Furaha in Swahili means joyous. So when you are with us, you get to be that joyous family within Furaha. Thank you.
Asante sana. I've
Asante.
had a pleasure of traveling through some of the African countries. And of course, it's really such an adventure. And I can tell you that you are probably just giving exactly that. We cannot wait to hear a little bit more from your side, Ulebuheng. Thank you so much.
Thank
We move
you.
to more ladies in the room. We've got Mponyana Malope, who is from MKG Travel and Tourism. Of course, it's tourism, guys. So let's hear from Mponyana a little bit more about what she does in her space. Mponyana, please show your face. Let us see you, sis. Oh, that that grand entrance when someone is just like walking in her stilettos and they're turquoise and they're bright and she's just walked in. That's Mponyana right now. Over to you, Mponyana. Ah, Mponyana and load shedding. Hi there. Hi. I see people are engaging with us on the online space. This is, of course, beautiful.
This
Yes, please go for it, Mponyana. Escom. I want to see the CEO of Escom because we're out here to have fun. But anyway, while Mponyana fixes her network there, I will move to Mel Tlapi. Mel from Soweto Travel Shop. Mel, are you good there or have you got a situation with your Escom as well? I think Mel might be having a situation as well. But hey, we are breaking barriers today, Ayanda. We're achieving equality in
Oh,
South
definitely.
African tourism. So I don't know how you have found your journey right in this space because, of course, it can really be tricky. But before we get there, I think I've missed somebody, Malitola. Right, I don't know if she's in the room. Please just hello, Nomsa Mazwai. I don't know, Malitola, if you are in here, please just show your face before we get started. I would hate to leave you out of this introduction before we get started. Okay, they've got a meeting with ESCOM, right? They're busy,
I probably.
probably. How has your journey been? How did it start, right? I mean, as I said earlier, there's certain spaces that almost secretively have been reserved for certain genders and certain types of people, and you have broken that barrier. Sissy, how did you do it?
It's been an amazing journey. So I worked for 4 years internationally. I was working on the cruise ships for 4 years of my life. I came back to South Africa and I said, you know what, the township economy is just ignored. So I was fortunate enough to have my grandmother's house, generational wealth type of thing, and I decided to convert it into a guest house and a spa. And it was the first spa that actually happened here. in Soweto, and it was doing very well. I was attracting international guests and everything until COVID happened and things started slowing down. But it's been such an amazing journey. The support from the international guests, the support from government. I was fortunate enough to be one of the custodians of the Tourism Relief Fund, you know, and it's been an amazing journey. Now the roadblock is now. Ayanda has done all these amazing things. She's got an amazing guest house and a spa. Now Ayanda wants to grow. It's a problem, a roadblock. Ayanda cannot grow. So these are some of the challenges that we really face as SMME, that we get to a point where it's so stagnant, to a point where I'm thinking, I've reached my limit and I'm not going anywhere. So it's either I move locations completely or I go 3 stories up because I don't have space in my premises. So you go look for land, which I've done right down my street, and fix the problem. Then what happens is it's owned by a white gentleman, and I can't get the space. The government doesn't know who the space belongs to. It shows it belongs to a white man who's overseas. Can we have the numbers for this white man who's overseas? Nothing. So these are the types of barriers we face as business people, and it's truly, truly frustrating. Then you go into a bedroom. As chairperson of Gauteng Women in Tourism, one of the biggest barriers is that we are not given opportunities in the spaces. So you go to boardrooms or board meetings, and it's a male-dominated space. So as women, we are not given opportunities on the bigger tables, on the decision-making tables. We're really, really, really left out. I think 2 weeks ago, I went onto the Triple BEE commission just to give input on the tourism space and what you got. The numbers have dropped. We are sitting in those big spaces in the inclusion on 1%. So it is shocking that there is no female representation in those spaces. And instead of the numbers improving, those numbers are actually declining. So it's Yonela, it's just one of those things. I advocate. People say I'm sexist, I'm all these things because wherever I go, I see panel discussions and I'm like, where are the women in these panel discussions? We can't be sitting, where it's only men. So where are the women in these panel discussions? So I'm actually glad Power Talks is saying we're giving you the voice. It's Tourism Month and let's have a discussion with women. So I'm super excited about that.
I love that. I love that so much. And I think we should not be shy or feel embarrassed to actually call certain things out and to be intentional about putting women out there, having conversations where they're given a voice. And I always say that even in the space that I'm at with Toastmasters, where we teach people to speak up, to build the confidence to be speakers, actually you have to practice. You have to have such forums where you learn to speak. You start from here, you become a TEDx speaker, you become an international speaker. It always starts from forums like this. Well, Ayanda, I know we've got a lot more guests that are in the room, so I will just let you bring in a little bit more and ask more questions just to get us engaged and keep us going, because I know people are just out here to enjoy the conversation. And by the way, I see a lot of comments coming through, people loving what's happening here. So thank you very much for the love. Keep sharing, keep bringing your friends to tell your friends that it's all happening at Empower Talks.
Yay, I'm super excited for that. Okay, Noma, how are you?
Yes, love, I'm okay. And yourself?
Good, thank you.
Um,
The region is it's as one of the one of the big hotel chain hotel. How has the men taken over that space, or have you ever had trouble where it's you finding it that it's so male dominated, or have you had any issues with that whatsoever?
the Regency Apartment Hotel is in Menlyn, which is basically in Pretoria. So Pretoria is more like Afrikaans, white male dominated. So it's kind of tough being a woman in Pretoria, having a huge place like that where you have to manage and also service the investors, because is coming to Pretoria to make sure that they have their investment, they are returning investment. So it's quite a frustrating right now. I can say that the industry itself is not supporting women. Being a only female in Pretoria in that establishment is very difficult. And what I have support is mainly my government and the embassy support in terms of coming through to support the business in terms of accommodation and conference. So it's quite tough in terms of funding. It's even worse because you get your business plan going, and then you'll have a person from IDC who's looking at your business plan, and actually doesn't look at you, doesn't have give you an opportunity to sit and have that conversation in terms of what is it that you want. As a woman, it's very frustrating because they will ask you for a funding upfront, which you do not have. So the agency is pushing. We are really pushing to make sure that we make a footprint in the tourism industry, especially in Tswane. Yeah.
Oh no, that's very interesting, hey? Especially because Regency is so one of the big hotel chains. Is it a chain or is it
It's
oh,
apartment hotel. So it's got
yeah.
225 units.
Oh, wow. Hey, interesting. And Ole, and what experiences have you been having in terms of, do you think the industry is male dominated, or what's your input on that?
I'll say the industry is male dominated. Me being in the adventure space where male get to feel that this is their ground. What are you doing in their territory? And you get clients that are a bit skeptical and doubting when you say, I can take you from a non-hiker to an advanced hiker where you get to be confident in any mountain, be whatever altitude. So it gets to be that tricky where you get to always having to prove and explain yourself in most cases. And I don't affiliate to that. I don't conform to that. I stick to my grounds and do what I need to do. Be it when traveling, when we go, because with Foraha, when we travel, we don't just do your package and send you off. In most cases, when we do your package, we are always with you, we explore together. We explore together, we hold your hand, we navigate together. Unlike where you are now stuck in a hotel, you're afraid to go ask the receptionist where to go, and you don't get to have that awesome experience. With us, when we go to
Yes.
Ghana, we are there, we painting the streets with the rainbow colors and just have a good time. So that the experience that we give, it's adventurous and having to connect and build relations. We more customized into intimate travels. The aim is not to feel a pass. The aim is for people to connect and build relations and look forward to their next adventure. So males should just ease out a bit and enjoy life.
Give us
You
the
know,
space.
females must join in and feel the spaces. Never to
Yeah,
be allowed
definitely.
yourself to be intimidated. Stick to what you know and
Definitely.
excel at it. Excel at it.
So, ladies, I just want to find out if you were given an opportunity to actually let's have a discussion. Let's have an interactive discussion. If we were given a space to make a change, what do you ladies think as women to be heard, to sit in those boardrooms, to be on bigger platforms and take over the male dominated space? What do you think we should do? What are some of the things that we could change?
I think, can I just get in there? I think it's
Yes, let's have a discussion. Let's have a
I didn't want
discussion
to
about this.
interject. Yeah,
Giving
Yeah,
I
go
think
for it.
yeah, I think some of the things that we can change is having to mentor young women so that they get to be confident and penetrate those areas, be heard, be seen, and have a voice, and to grab any opportunity that comes, because we get to belittle ourselves and say, no, I don't think I qualify, or maybe they've got someone already for this. Go for it. Should you see a position that is you don't even think you qualified for, go for it. And why should you think that there is someone for that position? So
you
if
know
you can
the
just have that self-confidence
Mhm.
and fill in the spaces. Women, we've got the capabilities. Men do get intimidated by us, by the way, just putting it out there. So let's not
and
dim our lights.
If I can just come in, the most important thing is self-confidence. And
Yeah.
if you've got an idea in mind and you're passionate about it and you believe in it, you have to speak. And when they talk about Toastmaster, which is more in presentation, able to have confidence, you're able to hear your voice. That is very important. If you need to make sure that you stand your ground, be visible, make spaces. If there's invitation somewhere, you go in. Even if they say no, it's full, I will serve tea. I will, I'll do the registration. I will make sure that I'm there. Just to make sure that you are there, network, and able to connect with people. We need to find ways as women not to shun away when it's our time. It's our time now to actually be visible. Yeah.
Sure. I love what you're saying. Go in and make tea. And when you make tea, like make the tea in the best way possible. I always tell people, don't be afraid to start small. Don't be afraid to almost start from nowhere, because we all want the limelight, beautiful, to do the most powerful things, but we forget the groundwork that went with that. And I want to hold on to that thought, but I just want to quickly introduce Mponyana, because she is back in the room. And Mponyana, I see you've had a conversation with Eskom and they have listened. Say, sana ufikile Mponyana apa, and if we don't listen, kuzomoshakala. So thank you for doing that for us, Mponyana. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. And how do you do?
Hi, Tipilile Sisi. I'm all good. I'm all
Yeah,
good. Thank you.
I'm happy I'm back. And hi to all ladies. And
Hi.
thank you for welcoming
Yes.
me back.
Tell us
Thank
a
you.
little bit. Tell us a little bit about the work you do first before we get into the question. And your background within the tourism space.
Okay. I'm a tour operator. I'm based in Valtraengen. I do historical tours and adventure tours in Valtraengen. And I'm also do holiday packages. So I specifically package the holidays as per the group or the individuals or the couples. But mostly I specialize with the Val historical and adventure tours.
I love the couple part. We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that. We're here to fix the marriages and the love, ladies and gentlemen. Are you listening? Oh my God, this is beautiful. Now, I was
Yeah.
talking a little bit about small beginnings and having to really allow yourself to scrub the floors and start small. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience in context of starting small and small beginnings in terms of your journey? And of course, we know the space of tourism has previously been dominated by, I would say, white people, males, etc. You're a black woman who has had to make your mark in this space. How has the concept of small beginnings played in your life, and how have you navigated that space?
Yes, I worked for so many places. I worked at Cadbury, Sanlam, and as at Transnet as an ops supervisor and then as a manager. But I decided to quit and start the tourism, MKG Travel and Tourism, because I was aware, especially at the location, the mentality that we as African people and the young people have, that we cannot travel, we cannot do tourism. The space is dominated by white people, as you have just said. So I wanted also to break that and take people and show them that we can go and enjoy ourselves like any other person. We can tour, we can travel. So I started the small company at the location, the MKG Travel and Tourism, by taking people around the Val. And I was also doing some packages, as I've explained before, the
Yeah.
cruises and holiday packages for people. And encouraging African people that it's not about, no, when somebody is traveling or taking a tour, that person is it's rich, have money. You can also do it. So I started very, very small by also going to the schools, going to the old age homes, at around Sebokeng and promoting this, that tourism and traveling, it's possible for us as African. It's not white people thing. But it was very difficult as I was doing it because I think in Barries, I was the second lady to go in that space of tourism. So most people, they didn't like recognize me. They didn't like take me serious. Even when somebody, let's say from anywhere, is asking, do we have a tour operator around here? They will just mention the males. Even ladies, they won't mention me that I am a tour operator, knowing very well I am a tour operator in Barries. Even when the opportunities comes that there's somebody who just wants to know about the history of Val, or to take an adventure tour, knowing that I am there, MKG Travel and Tourism is there, Mponyana is there, they will just ignore that fact that I am there and give it to the male, as the male were dominating that space. So I keep on pushing and say, no, guys, I am here. So I'm trying, even now, because I started in 2013, but I registered the company in 2015. So even now, I'm still pushing to break that barrier of people having mentality of knowing that it's only males who can do it, or it's only white people who can do it. So I'm in that space of women who are breaking the barrier and pushing very hard in this tourism month.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love that. I
Mm.
love that so much. Thank you for the work that you do. Now, Ayanda, una le motho ausi. Eh, uh, should we get you a trip there? Because
Yeah,
Ausmbonyana is closed,
yeah,
eh?
yeah. I'm a passion. I'm on a passion. Nje. Kule, all of us, nje, we are hungry.
Bona,
Too much passion.
barriers are being broken. Relationship barriers,
We are
tourism
within.
barriers.
Yes, we are within.
Yeah,
We just need
and I
to be recognized, Yonela. We just need to be recognized. And I think that's exactly what we're doing. We're starting to break those barriers and enter the
yeah.
space to say, yeah, it's either you come with us or we're taking over, but we're really, really pushing and trying to change the narrative, to change the whole mindset that women are capable. We even, for me, I always say, a woman has so many things. We mothers, we are everything, businesswomen. We have to pick up the kids from school. We've got so many things that are happening around us, and but still
Yeah,
we do our job so well. Whereas
yeah.
men get to go to work and come back home. They don't have as much responsibilities as women, but we're still doing it. We're still doing an amazing job, and I'm excited.
And you know what? It's a beautiful point you're making where you just have to keep going. And a part of barriers, right? And we've spoken about barriers that we can see within the space and the regulation and how to get by. But what about mental barriers? How do we overcome that? How do we
Oh yeah.
overcome the imposter syndrome that says to you, I'm here, but maybe I
Yeah.
shouldn't be here. I don't belong. And I'm trying to see whom we have not spoken so much to. I think we will take it back to you, actually. In fact, I've got all the ladies on the screen. That's beautiful. I'll take it back to you, Auskule, just in terms of the mental barriers that come with being in a space that you're not so comfortable in. How do you build that internal confidence? How do you build the mental strength to wake up and say, Sana ndizoyenza lento and it's going to work out?
When you are passionate about what you're doing and you don't get intimidated, you've got that self-belief and confidence in what you're doing, be it people talking and belittling your experience, belittling your business, and thinking that it's impossible, whatever you're doing is impossible to achieve. Stand your ground, have full belief in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to believe in you?
Mm.
for you to quieten the noise around you, focus on what you're doing and do it with passion and excellently so. Execute with pride. And those noises will eventually go down. Because should you not be listening to noises, it will dim your self-confidence. You will be unsure about anything and everything that you do. You will be afraid to go for opportunities, even though you see that this I can execute brilliantly so. You'll be questioning every move that you take. So when you believe in yourself, and it's not about having to have likes in social media, do what you need to do with pride and you smile. Should you not get a like or should you get 2 likes, it's okay. There are eyes that are seeing that and they won't be liking, but they've seen, they've heard. So keep on doing what you are doing. Yes.
Keep on doing what you're doing, Norma. I can see this is touching
Hey,
your heart. You want to chip in there.
you know, Yonela, you don't know what's going on. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm being pushed, if I can say that. You know, being in an Afrikaans environment is really, as a Black female, is not easy. And what my mental state is now is that I need to stay positive, silent the noise, and when God says, "Be still," know that I am God. That's where I'm at this time. That your mental health is very important. You need to stay positive and look at yourself, and your strength will only come from God. That's all that you need in life, and you need to stay resilient. You know, if you've got support and you keep on motivating your staff, being positive in the morning, you wake up and say, you know what, this is the day the Lord has made. I'm gonna keep on being straight and looking positive in everything that I do. That's all that you need to do, to stay positive and have your mental state intact. Thank you so much.
I see Mponyana has something to say as well. I won't close you out here. Teta Sisi, let it out.
To add on what they are saying now, I think the barriers that we as a woman we must really take care of is to be stereotyped. To add on what they were saying, and to think that okay, we are poor, and when we do our work, we do it to a certain limit. We must do the best that we can. We must show the world that we can. So do excellent. Whatever you do excellent. I specifically I'll talk on a space of tourism. Like when I take a tour, I don't like to lie. Like other people, they like just okay. I'm taking overseas people who don't know Val, so I can say whatever I want to say. No, as a woman, let's make sure that whatever we do it to our level best. Do it low self-esteem. That's the barrier also we must like cut. For the men to respect us, we must start by respecting ourselves. Don't go low. Do the best. And how do we achieve that equality in South Africa tourism? By doing the best. Know who you are. And do the best in a good way. Not just, I'll do it for the sake of doing it. So close your ears for negative criticism. Criticism, they must be there. Don't feel offended when you are criticized, but take positive things and run with them and correct. Don't focus on negative things so that you boost your energy. Take those criticism and it will help us as women to break those barriers. Those who are criticizing us at the end of the day, we have to break those barriers that they are putting in front of us. But how are we going to do that? By doing the right thing, pushing, doing the best. Make sure when you say you do a thing, you do it to your best. Thank you.
Hey, Ayanda. I love it.
Sure. I know I'm loving it, And one of we were at the TBC SA conference last week, and we were fortunate to actually travel with 20 women. I said, I called the CEO, Mr. Chikiwa of TBC SA, and I said, please, can you kindly assist the women in tourism to get into that space. It was the Tourism Leadership Conference. So we managed to get 20 women there. It was one of the most powerful experiences, but the
Yeah.
whole, with everything that we're going through, someone came to me and said, why do we always, as women, have to force ourselves into spaces? Why are we never invited to the table? For us to be able to be seen, we always almost have to either knock or, like force ourselves into spaces. And it gets so frustrating because things should just come naturally. We should be invited to the table. We should be eating from the same table, but we always have to be knocking and forcing ourselves into leadership conferences. I mean, the first discussion was a male dominated panel, and it gets to a point where you say, when is enough? When do you say that's it? And what I always push with the ladies, exactly what Mponya is saying, do everything to the best. My team knows when we work, we produce 120% all the time. We don't do
Yeah.
mediocre. We don't do small. We go big. And
Mhm.
I believe that we should be invited to the table. We shouldn't have to force ourselves into the table. I'm tired of speaking of the negative of tourism. I'm really, honestly fed up.
Yeah.
When do we start changing the narrative to say, what do we need to do to be better involved in the spaces? What, I don't know, a plan. We need to come up with a plan or something. I say the decision makers of tourism, for instance, they sit there in government. They're not there. How do you do something for SMMEs when we're not invited to the table? You making plans for us, but you don't know what you need. How does that work? You understand? Then you get your CEOs, and then it's not tourism business owners. They don't have any business products. Then it's all the men sitting there in the boardroom, no females making decisions on our behalf. So I'm saying the narrative needs to change. Something needs to change.
Something needs to change. And I put it to you and to all of us that something is changing slowly but surely. There's a recognition, there's a movement taking place, and there is a shifting of the atmosphere. But of course, the world will not always be upfront and say, yay, these women are doing the most, because, we want to stick with what we're comfortable with. But I really do believe that we are on the right track. And speaking of being on the right track, I think we've got people on the line who are watching. Thank you, by the way. I see a lot of beautiful comments coming through. Thank you for joining us. Please subscribe to the Empower Talks, because this is just one of many conversations that we will be having to empower you and ensure that by the time you leave each session, you are ready to go and take action. So do subscribe to the channel, and of course, invite all your friends and their friends to come and be part of this beautiful space. Now, speaking about people who are around and who are watching, I'm sure they're asking themselves, how you ladies are talking about being part of this space. Yes, it's tough, but maybe someone is in the room or watching live and saying, how do you get into this environment of starting a tourism journey? Where do you begin? So I'll let you ladies jump in and just give some tips and some steps as to how to get started. And from what I understand, most of you were really just working like most of us, a 9 to 5, and doing our lives. So maybe tell us about that changing, or rather that breaking moment that took place to really empower you to think differently and to take action. And what was that action? Sisi, we have Ule first on the screen, so I'll let you go ahead to tell us, how do we break away from our 9 to 5, and almost, or even how do we do it on top of the 9 to 5 to break into the space to actually get into tourism?
With me, it's more of having to do it on top of the 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whichever. With me, when I started, it was more of my passion. I love traveling. I love going to places. I love mountaineering. Besides having to have submitted a few of Africa's highest peaks, and it was when during my travels, I'll get people asking, can you please, where's this place? Oh, it looks lovely. Can you look for a place that caters for kids? Can you? Then I used to do itineraries and packages for individuals. And from there, a friend of mine said, you know what you are doing, you can actually be charging for it. Then I was just so shy to be charging. I opened my company in 2017. And from there, friends supported having to do all those packages. And from there, having my passion turning into business was just a seamless process where I get to invite friends whenever I travel, be it Malawi for Lake of Stars, be it in Ghana, be it around South Africa, your Mpumalanga, Venda. I invite friends over for me to give them that experience because I believe in sharing the passion that I have about the continent. So it's one of those moments where my passion gets to be what I get to share with people and having to make an income out of it. So it doesn't feel like work. They say if you start feeling like work, then know that you are doing something different. You are doing
Sure.
something totally opposite. Yes. So to me, it's beautiful. Should you say to me, pack your bags, let's go, take me to this place? I'm up for it.
I love what you're saying. It's so powerful. It's really being able to look inward, look at what you really love, and making money out of it. Ladies, are you listening? I love this. This is really a nugget. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Can we hear a little bit more from UCC in terms of your journey and how you've actually been able to, get started? Maybe you looked inside as well, Kanye, they prayed for you, Baktandazela, and you had a dream, Bella, this, big thing. How did you get started? And what can you advise us in terms of getting into tourism?
To be honest with you, I was in oil industry for 20 years, and I thought to myself, at the age of 40, I promised myself that I will not be reporting to anyone. Hence, and I enjoy, traveling. I enjoy good things. I enjoy life. I enjoy going to a nice hotel, going to have a nice meal, or going to have a nice wine. So when I entered the tourism, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted people to come into my space, enjoy the nice meal, the food, the ambience, the luxury, traveling, going to tours. That's what I wanted. So hence I'm in this space. I want us to enjoy South Africa. South Africa is a beautiful space and it's a beautiful country to be in. And why I'm here is because I love people to just come into the house, into a luxury place, enjoy the meal, enjoy the space, and feel at home.
Mm. And let's stay a little bit with you, Noma. When you do a business plan, you will see a little bit more on research, understand your market, how are you going to build your business. Did you do any of those formalities, or was it more of intuition and just understanding, you know what? I feel like let me do this. You try different things and ultimately we're able to find what worked for you.
I had to look at what works for me. Sometimes, when you look at your market, you look at who do I want to serve? Do I want to serve the middle class, the lower class, or the people that want to just enjoy the stay, enjoy the country? So that's what I did. Location. Where do I actually want to locate? Where do I want people to where do I want to locate myself or the brand to be at? So Pretoria was a great place to be at because it's central. There are a lot of places that you can go around. There are restaurants around. There's businesses around. There's government places around. So Pretoria was a more nicer place. But for Regency now, we're looking more at expanding. We're going to Cape Town, we're going to Durban to make sure that our brand is there. If it's Botswana, we're looking at that. Location is very important. The type of clients that we want is business and leisure, and also family that want to enjoy being at home but away from home. Sitting in a luxury place, having a meal or going down, having a shuttle to take them to a tour place, whether it's a safari or whether it's a game lodge, wherever.
And leaving the kids behind, you know.
And sometimes leaving the kids behind, you know.
When you got the kids and it's mommy, 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 sometimes
No,
all
yes.
you need is just a space to escape. I love what
Thank
you do.
you.
God bless your business. God bless your
Thank
business.
you.
Awesome, Panyana. Now tell me, you have the ladies have articulated how it gets started. You've thought about the business. Yes, this is my passion. Yes, you've researched your market. You realize this is what I want to do. Yes, and the issue of funding. Where do we start? How did you do it?
Um, I will say you first have to comply. As a tour operator, don't just want the money to come in, but you must know that you have to spend. Make sure you have insurances in order, you have registered, and all the things that are wanted. You are doing. It's too much work, but yes, you have to do it. So comply. Irrespective of passion, you won't get help if you don't comply. Thank you. So if I may tell my story, um, I started by taking people for Makufe in Bloemfontein. So I'm somebody who likes traveling a lot. So I was going to the jazz festival. I was doing cruise, and cruise, most people didn't know about the cruise. So I was cruising to Mozambique, Portuguese Island. I was traveling to Mozambique. So most people they started to realize, but no man, you are always out there, you are happy, you are always traveling. So can we join you? So that's when I started to book for people. I started to make packages. But then on top of whatever I do, I saw a gap that there are these people who are not affording that amount that I'm doing. So how do I break the gap? So that's when I started to do the local tours in Val, which is historical and adventure. So what was my aim or what I had in mind was this. I wanted to take, when I was closing the gap, I wanted to take the tourism out of the classroom. Because I was aware that at school they just do tourism because of it was one subject of those children who are not intelligent, who are not doing well at school. But that thing, it was troubling my heart that no, they cannot treat tourism like that, like as if people who are doing tourism, they are failures, they are not intelligent, and blah, blah, blah. So that's when I started to say, I'm going to take it out of the classroom and show them that you can enjoy. This is business, guys, and you can respect it like any other business. So that's the barrier that I am still breaking also. That they mustn't take tourism like as if it's something for people who are defeated. It's something that is so special that we as women, we're going to push it and we're going to show even the government, we're going to show even even men, everyone that no, tourism it's something very, very, even if they teach them at school, we're going to do it practical. Show them how can you do a business so that this children, they mustn't hate the tourism industry. They must see it as the best subject, as the best thing to do. It's like when you do science and maths. I'm one person who did science and maths at school, and I passed them very well. But now I'm in a tourism space. So they mustn't think that tourism is something that is for the failures. So just add it as a subject to make you pass because you can't make it. You see. So like this thing of just traveling, of flying, of just to go from OR Tambo to Durban. Most people, they were seeing it as something very difficult when you go to when you fly to Cape Town or anywhere, you have money. That's also the barrier that I wanted to break from African people. So 2013, I started to break it, promoting it, taking people to fly just from OR Tambo to Durban, go to cruise, go Portuguese Island, Mozambique, come back, then they can see it's doable. It's not for special people. Not only Mponyana can do it. So even now, we are still going to promote that tourism is doable.
Mm.
Thank you.
I love that. I love that so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just to summarize it, we said if you wanted to get into tourism or any business for that matter, you first have to think about what it is that you really like and you enjoy, which will not be a chore for you if you had to do it on a daily. And once you've done that, you go and research a little bit more and understand what your market and what it would take for you to actually get it done. And what Ausim Ponyana is bringing to the table is that go and explore, go and see different spaces, specifically in tourism. Travel, see what it is like to be outside of your hometown and stop thinking traveling is expensive. I cannot afford it. But go out there and, of course, start doing it yourself so that you can look at the opportunities and how you can do it. Now, I want you to ask you, Ayanda, what is the role of advertising in all of this? Social media is a space we all know that has changed the world of advertising. How has that worked for you and your business as part of your journey in terms of building your rapport within the tourism space?
Definitely, social media has played a very key role, especially to get through to the international market. But one of the best marketing and advertising platforms for me was word of mouth because I'm very big on giving 100% service. So most of my clients were always repeat clients, and but I also would get out there on social media. I would go print advertising. I would go anywhere basically. Internet, my website, your booking platforms, your safaris.com. I would make sure I'm in all those platforms because they most of the time do the marketing for you and you just give them a little percentage. So word of mouth though has been one of the biggest platforms for me for marketing. And social media has also played. I mean, the young ones are now starting to be smart and technology savvy. Use your TikToks, get your TikToks to market for you. Do little reels with your clients when they come to your guest houses when you go on tours. That's a good marketing platform. So definitely, I would say word of mouth and your social media.
Word of mouth and social media. So I think it's all about just talking about the right things, right? Don't talk about generations, Sana,
Definitely.
what happened. Let's talk about the right things that are going to help us to push our business. Now, in Toastmasters, which is the space that, I am part of, really, not really in tourism, but you've really inspired me. We have something which we call table topics, which is all about speaking off the cuff. And I have just made an executive decision that I will get you to be part of a table topics session where you get to talk about your business off the cuff without having prepared, as usually between a minute and two, 1 and 2 minutes, to just quickly tell us what your business is all about. Advertise it, tell us where to get hold of you so that we can go and follow you up. Okay, now I'm gonna start with the brightest smile on the screen, and I think that's a smile from. Oh, I have to pick between Norma and Ayanja, but I'm gonna start with Norma. You got 1 to 2 minutes. Please tell us about your business and quickly advertise it and where can we reach you?
Uh, the Regency Apartment Hotel is based in Mainland. We offer accommodation for long stays and short stays. We have beautiful rates. You've got rates of one bedroom for 1.1 thousand rand per night. Breakfast is 195 and 200 rand if you want a proper buffet. A two-bedroom is 1.9. And then on weekends, we've got nice specials at the restaurant. We've got 10 down, romantic 10 down if you want. There's a nice pool where you can come and do a swim, and we can give you cocktails. So our apartment is, we've got 45 units for hotels, and apartments is 225 units. So we've got enough accommodation for you to come and do your leisures and your business. Thank you so much.
I love it. Now, my backstage manager is just said to me, please tell her to do that advert in the Nigerian accent.
Yo, ghost.
That's
Very
not
fast.
me. I'm employed.
No, I don't know how to do that. You must expose me to Nigerian
But
accent.
But you know what? If we follow you on social media, I think we might just get like a TikTok video or a video somewhere on Facebook where you do that. So I think backstage
Yeah.
management, let's follow you on social media because then we get more content coming through. Right, Ayanda, you got 1 to 2 minutes. Let's quickly get into it.
Okay, I've got two companies. So I've got Zaza's Wellness Spa, that is based. I've got an office at Parktown at the KPMG offices, and I've also based in Pimville, Soweto. You can come for all your treatments. It's summertime now. We need to get those waxings done, so please come through. And then I've got Raya Studios. We've got your corporate eventing, anything from production, event production, from corporate events to exhibitions. If you need a PCO, you can contact us on 066 and you can find us on your social media, on Facebook and Instagram. That's at Raya Studios and at Zaza's Wellness Spa. Come through and get your waxing done, and your facials and your massages.
I'm going to ignore my employer right now because the messages she keeps telling me, I think I'm going to need a spa day at Zaza's Spa at Walton
Please
after
come
this.
through.
Sure, God, I'm just going to need tension to be, removed. Thank you so much. And well done for the work you do. Beautifully said. Ponyana, let's come to
Yonela,
you.
can,
Yes.
oh, can I just also say, please, we've got Gauteng Women in Tourism for those that are new that are coming into the industry. We've got Gauteng Women in Tourism. You can get us on howard1@gmail.com. That's GAUWIT1 @gmail.com. We're able, any woman that's in the tourism space that is looking for assistance in any way, we've got a network of over 350 women that can assist you and mentor you in anything that you need. We've got youth that are there, or if you are in the industry and looking for guidance, we are able to assist you with that. So that's howard1@gmail.com. Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. We all want that help afterwards, and of course, if people have subscribed, in fact, I know people have subscribed to this channel, they will be able to get more of that information in order to follow up with that. But thank you so much, and well done, ladies, for the work that we do. Mponyana, 1 to 2 minutes quickly to advertise your business. There's a judge, by the way, in the audience that's judging the adverts. There's an award. Over to you,
And a
Mponyana.
timekeeper.
And a timekeeper.
MKG Travel and Tourism. You can find all the information at www.mkgtours. That's the website, .co.za, MKG Tours. If you wanted to know the biggest house in South Africa, come, let's give you a tour. If you wanted to know the president who take out Mandela out of prison, come to Vaal so that we show you the house that he was living in. Mr. Water, come to Vaal Triangle. MKG Travel and Tourism will give you that tour to show you the historical that you need, the historical tour. And also the adventure for people who are not interested in history. You can get the adventure. We have the Emerald Casino to go do adventure there. It's very, very nice. So try MKG Travel and Tourism. Go to the website and then you'll enjoy the rest of your life. Thank you.
Ooh. In Toastmasters, we've got something that we call vocal variety, where you use your voice to emphasize certain points. And ma'am, you really did well from that perspective. Well done. And I really think that people will be coming. And don't forget, ladies, she did say she does couple trips as well. So do treat yourself. For Valentine's is coming. Valentine's is coming. Ayo!
Yeah, getting into it.
There we
I
go, there
love
we
that.
go. And definitely, last but certainly not least, Ausule, please go for it.
Great. With Furaha Travel and Adventure can be contacted on 063 080 and our social handles is Furaha Explorer, and our website is the Furaha.Africa, Explorer.Africa. We do tailor-made packages. We do solo packages as well. We'll be now doing senior citizen packages where we travel with senior citizens because we feel somehow our senior citizens are being left behind when we go and explore all these places. We've got easy payment options, so you can take advantage of that, knowing that you've got 6 months to pay, 8 months to pay, depending on the kind of package that you want. And we give you that awesome experience. Do come and travel with us and explore with us and have a great time exploring our beautiful continent. Looking forward to seeing
Mm.
you.
Looking forward to seeing you. Listen, I think I'm going to have a hard time here because now choosing the best advert is going to be quite tough, and I'll probably leave it to some people in the backstage. Now, Ayanda, you told us about a helpline, which I think our admin team just wanted to capture and put on screen for everybody to be able to have that and take it. So please just repeat that very last point you made so that the admin team can put it up on screen for everybody.
Okay, you can, we've got Gauteng Women in Tourism. You can, our email address is howit1@gmail.com. That's GAUWIT, the number one, at gmail.com. But you can also check us out on social media. We are on Facebook and we are on Instagram as Howit1. It's Gauteng chapter. Sorry, apologies. On social, it's Gauteng chapter. Gauteng chapter. Yes, yes, that's
Thank
the
you so
correct
much.
email entry.
We're gonna find you on social media, Ayanda. Anyway, so if we've got any issues there, we are going to come for you now, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot tell you how much I have had a lot of fun in tonight's meeting. It has been an absolute pleasure for Ayanda and myself and the beautiful ladies who are making waves and moves in the tourism space to host you and make tonight nothing short of amazing. Now, as I mentioned about really just the Toastmasters space and what we do there from the perspective of helping people to develop as speakers as well as confident leaders in the country and in the world. If you are interested to get involved and learn more about how you can build the confidence to look like all the ladies that we brought in the room, and myself, of course, you can register on a link that my team who is working on the background will put for us to be able to follow, register your name there, and we will be able to give you more information. And of course, that can include anything that's related to tonight's event and all the ladies that were here in case you have anything you want to know. Listen, I have so much love for everyone that I can see and cannot see, and I have totally enjoyed this meeting tonight. Thank you for coming through. Ayanda, I know you have had equally the same amount of fun and everybody else. So say goodbye and have your closing remarks.
Certainly had an amazing time. Thank you so much. I'm really excited and I'm so grateful for this platform. You know, it's giving us a voice, it's giving us to say, you got this, encouragement. So I'm really, really grateful.
Awesome. Ule, do you want to just close us off with your closing remarks?
My closing remark will be to encourage women out there to follow their passion, to go to do and excel at what they believe in.
Mm.
Space is there, fill in the space. Don't ever doubt yourself. Follow your
Mm.
heart, excel at what you are doing, and be impactful and intentional with what you want to achieve. Thank you so much.
Hey, Amandla. Ausnoma.
Oh, she said a mouthful. My word, what am I gonna say? I just want to encourage people to say, as women, we need to stand and support each other. Support and collaborate, work together, be mentors for each other, be each other's back, and as a woman, follow your heart, follow your passion, and follow your vision. If you know what you want in life, go for it. Thank you.
If you know what you want in life, go for it. Wow, that's powerful. We're going to close this off with um oh my goodness, the name just literally left my head. How dare I? Because I have the picture in my head. Awesome Ponyan.
Let's keep on breaking the barriers. Let's keep on supporting each other. One step at a time is taking you somewhere. Never be discouraged because business is business. Sometimes you'll do well, sometimes you won't do well. But keep on pushing until something happens. Thank you.
Sure. Ladies, can I move in with you? Can I go live with you, please? I need this inspiration. Thank you so much, Chad. This is Empower Talks. And if you are not empowered, Sana andazi ke what we must do with you. Because after this, you should be going and moving mountains and look at yourself and where you are in life and the kind of things that you can do. The room was filled with greatness, and I could not have been prouder to have been part of tonight. From my heart to yours, we love you. Let's keep on doing more and more Empower Talks. Woo! Loved it.
Thank you.
Thank you.